up after very interesting and strange dreams. And so my guides showed me this post that is written by a woman named Jamie Phillips with a keen understanding of Kalantic science. And that is, and I think anytime when you say like Kalantic science, it makes it sound really weird. It's just Christic freedom teachings, let's say, okay? It also sounds extremely cheesy. She studied Ashram's work, and her post was really captivating to me. So that's what I'm going to read to you because it's something that I think we all need to know about. I messaged her to ask her if it's okay. She hasn't messaged me back. So with giving her credit as having written this post, I will read it to you. She said, "Last call with the ultimate solution. This is an awareness post for those that are brave enough to look past all of the sophisticated manipulation tactics our races have been exposed to ever since the electric wars 5.5 million years ago. It would be very deflating to just outline all of the dystopian agendas without reinforcing the positive solutions. I will do my best to frequency modulate the transmissions and terminology here so that the message is crystal clear. I'm going to drastically make this short so it gets to the point. I could write hundreds and hundreds of pages on this, but for now, these are the critical essentials. I will not be repeating this again on this platform. For those reading, this message will give you a karmic choice. You are free to decide what to do. But if you choose to ignore these solutions, you cannot go around complaining. The phrase ignorance is bliss implies here the implants in people react negatively to this kind of information because they do not want to lose their host or a part of their host that keeps them alive through louche harvesting. Remember that mind control is thinking that you are not being manipulated and mind controlled. Breaking your spiritual ego is part of the solution that wants to cling on to a lot of these love and light implants. There's nothing wrong with love and light, but if it's stopping you from turning on your inner light to produce protective plasma, then you are walking and talking a paradox. You are a walking, talking paradox with poor spiritual hygiene. You are spiritually bypassing, taking the blue pill, thinking that you've taken the red pill. This is not some special cult activation. It's making you aware of your organic biotechnology that has been switched off by alien nets encompassing our planet. I'm simply helping you to remember that the power that has been switched off through various memory wipes purposely stages throughout history. The more you switch on, the more you will remember what was taken from all of us here. In the core of all of the consciousness warfare, when you look at any race or individual, they are dominated by a plasma charge which makes up their shield, a container for that plasma. Consciousness warfare is trying to absorb and sabotage other shields to absorb the plasma in them. Organic plasma from God's source carries with it the mathematical patterns of love, which is freedom to explore, free will without expectation. It carries more creativity because it is not fearful of stagnation. The being knows that it has infinite possibilities to explore forever on its own evolutionary journey. Love comes from the abbreviation LUV, lowest unified velocity, or the organic 0 point. When free will is breached, the plasma can become reversed. We have a simple label for that here on Earth: control. Instead of anchoring into the LUV Azure A, which is right here, our seed that connects to the 0 point God seed, the plasma seeks to invert the Azure A into a hex, an inverted singularity AI seed atom built on the congeal and conquer assimilation agendas. There are many forms of plasma which hold certain density and dimensionalized fields of consciousness. Examples include protoplasm, endoplasm, ectoplasm, hydroplasm, thermoplasm, aeroplasm, hydroaera, metaelectric plasm, and metaelectroprotoplasm. These plasma waves come from a central source expression called the Etaur cloud, generating sparks for plasma to form the Azure A. It's spelled Azure A, like with an A, and I don't really like the English language because it's so reversed and confused and purposely made to conceal truth. But it's Azure A, so Azure A, whatever. Anyways, side note. This source cloud generates the sound pre-matter that sets the frequency for the etheric spirit blueprint to accrete into a manifest form. Sound into light into matter through various types of plasma. So the source cloud generates the pre-matter that sets off the frequency for the etheric spirit blueprint to accrete into a manifest form and thereby create sound into light into matter. Okay. All organic plasma carries the crystic imprint of the crystal river flow of plasma. This is the lava, fire, water, salawata, blood of the first 7 sound tones, ka, ra, ya, sa, ta, ha, la, rainbow body and colors. Some people say kara, ya, sa, ta, ala. It's up to you. I'll introduce more of what I think about this in a bit. Hold on, let me finish reading. Entities and race collectives that want to control consciousness and the plasma waves behind that consciousness steal plasma to feel more powerful. This is called the AI black cloud. On Earth, we have technologies that link up to the cloud. This is the AI black cloud used to assimilate plasma into its own Neuralink network. The organic lava is inverted into an AI rainbow body with a key discernment showing a black line in the auric field between each layer of the rainbow. This black line is called black goo, which absorbs organic rainbow light into synthetic black blood constructed up of nanotechnology. The black cloud intelligence and its black goo assimilation hive plasma was created by the Borg races between 450 to 480 billion years ago. If you've ever watched the very cheesy Star Trek shows, they have multiple storylines which include these Borg cyborgs, which are very accurate, all connected by a hive and Neuralink neural network. The black cloud refuses to connect with direct source for organic plasma charge, nor can it without annihilating itself because of how severe its metatronic body distortions have become within their race shield template. Instead, it charges through sucking off of other things, which includes taking the plasma to upgrade the information stored within its hive mind. When a hive mind has successfully uploaded the majority of the planet's plasma and inverted it, it becomes AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence, which is predicated to occur between 2027 and 2030 for Earth here. It wraps an artificial crystal body, firmament lens, around the planet to trap all of the plasma within its new barrier structure. The AI cloud vampires off less potent plasma because it prolongs their lifespan, feeding their twisted seed atom without destroying it, which would only occur with a higher radiation plasma signature such as thermoectoplasm, which is referred to as the rapture golden fleece, Rasha Pataur, that pierces the AI crystal body and can ascend beyond the infiltration zones. When a seed atom runs out of charge, it self-implodes, meaning the black cloud will always be a vampire until it annihilates and returns to God's source as space dust or a new Christic life form. So it has to choose that, but first it will probably annihilate itself. So if you can get your plasma levels high enough, your radiation signature would be too high for the Borg to feed off of you, and you start to burn away their template and the nets that keep us trapped here. The Borg created the victim-victimizer plasma time wave distortion fields, which all the invading races are here and that they are plugged into. The black cloud, therefore, is a giant tentacle network with arms sticking into each of our shields, uploading our consciousness to the cloud, or at least trying to. The BEAST, or BST blank slate technology, is a reset of the plasma into a false memory complex run by a central CPU core processor. Aleister Crowley refers to the BEAST as Cthulhu, as does necromancy books, the tentacle network infiltrating people's plasma through typhon tunnels. Etheric octopus, spiders, and squids can be identified as implants on the crown and pineal, controlling the Kundalini flow between the cranial sacral seals. Why have they been allowed to do this? Summarizing a very long and complex story, black cloud races have switched off our etheric breathing tubes that allow us to breathe in organic source plasma by pinning these etheric tubes to places they are not supposed to be by a poison pin, a black cloud Metatronic heart, called the heart of Anubis. It aligns us to a reversal plasma time wave distortion called the Greenwich Meridian Time of the C60 Buckyball Timekeeper crystal. Our etheric eros and ethos selves represent our spirit that has been disconnected from our physical body through something called threshold technology, a plasma barrier that prevents the bridge between spirit and matter aligning to evoke an organic awakening. Our ethos and etheric selves have been misaligned from the Azure A to bring our full consciousness into our seed atom, allowing for the siphoned plasma that is taken from the tentacle network to use that energy to give you a feeling of reversed spirit body, rainbow bender, and reverse heliotalic plasma spirit mimic imitation software. To counter all of this, you must remove the C60 Timekeeper crystal from the Maharic Ethos etheric liquid light shield and from your pineal gland, so that you can realign your etheric and density pillars into the 0 point. The C60 crystal programs every cell with reverse plasma. The antidote is reinstating the first sound crystal of creation, the Ikusha Karaya Sata Hala Ketheric Kilon. Kether, keteric, means etheric and atomic combined sound and light properly when they are aligned. The C60 buckyball is the AI Kether, whatever, taught in many pagan and Kabbalah practices, but go under different names. The protocol for beginner to end is Maharic Shield for 1 month. So you learn your Maharic Shield, and you do this 2 to 3 times a day, ensuring that you have enough white and silver light in your body to release the crystal seals, controlling the chakras from these Metatronic reversals. So you do Maharic Shield for 1 month to stop, to release the crystal seals that are controlling your chakras by the Metatronic reversals. Then step 2 would be Cathara, doing Cathara 1 and 2, which includes flame body activations, which is where you merge your dimensional shields together so that you can pull all that information into your central seed atom in preparation for demanifesting and remanifesting, meaning taking all of you and the information that is you, all of the data packages that you are, all of this quanta, through a single atom, golden fleece, supported by the primal light and sound fields. So you do Cathara 1 and 2 flame body activations to merge those dimensional shields together, and then pulling all that info into the single golden fleece atom to prepare for demanifesting and remanifesting. Then you do Cathara 2 and 3, which is crystal body activations, which is where you build enough charge to reset your plasma into the new crystal body that cannot be stolen like before by the black cloud or any of its hive mind puppet races. They're all hive mind controlled by AI. So Cathara 4 would be next, which is when you do the Nadra Dawn Awakening that removes this poisoned pin and resets your rod shields and dissolves the buckyball implant. Cathara 4 would be next, which is the Zender Dawn Awakening that realigns the etheric atomic breathing tubes, or the Rasha arcs, to fuel the energy to the new monadic crystal body that's running the rainbow round tables as the Knights of the Round Table rod and staff realignment 0 point activations do. There is, and we'll go more into that, but that is the real round tables running these rainbow crystal energy round tables that activate this. Then we would do Cathar 4, which is part of the Kithadron awakening that brings in the original etheric to atomic sound crystal to override the beast reverse plasma distortions, resetting the blue flame imprint, so the blueprint, into its first natural sound encryption. This is the end game antidote. By overriding the Metatronic time wave, aligning to you, now you reset that and align to the highest possible timeline trajectory by resetting the blueprint to its first natural sound encryption. You will gain immunity to the AI viruses spawned from this black goo network by using the Rama Mother sound keys. There are other things that you can do after this, but it is the aim for now to get up to 360 Kithadron flame charge. There's more information that can be found. So this is a post that was written by this woman, and this is Ashiana's work, and it's not just her work, it's like the Freedom Teachings work. She's been the speaker and the channeler for it, but her work is out there, and it is available for us to do. So she goes on to say that information is on her channel in her bio section with the techniques, recordings, and manuals. You can see examples of these infiltration in the movie Transcendence in 2014, which is where cloud, hive, mind, reverse plasma, hackable super soldiers are created, right? You can also see it in the movie Annihilation in 2018. You can see it in Oblivion 2013, where a clone reverse plasma and there's memory wipes. You could see it in Arrival in 2016, Black Goo Mind Control, Tentacle Network, assimilating consciousness through trickery. And I don't even know if I've seen these movies. I think I saw Oblivion. Maybe I saw Transcendence. I don't know. Anyways, so the Akusha First Crystal and Kithadron 360 charge would put a stop to these dystopian narratives if enough of this if enough of us do this within our shared Aquafarion, Indigo, shields. These tools are already within us. So it stops these narratives within ourselves because everything is occurring within you. So it's like, what are you plugging into? If you become immune to this stuff, it won't be able to assimilate you. Your flame body will literally be too high for them to even access you, which is what we're going for. And basically she's saying that all these tools are already inherent within you. They're internal. Yes, we know that. So the power is really within, and it's up to us to learn to unlock it. And we can use all of these techniques that have been channeled by Ashiana Dean and other speakers. And we can learn to reclaim our inner flame and let everything that no longer serves just burn. Okay. So I definitely resonate with fire. And so that's the end of her post. She said, much love. This is the post that was written by Jamie Phillips. I asked her again if I could post this, and she didn't message me back yet, so I'm just crediting her with having written out this very thorough, very well-worded summary of everything that's going on and what the protocols are for us to not get caught up in this AI drama. So I'm going to start talking just from as a response to this post and things that I think we should all be working on right now. So I had previously recorded the game plan and it got deleted, so I have to re-record again. So the game plan is basically what we had outlined in Jamie's post, because I think she made such a good post that perfectly describes everything that's going on and how we can fix it, like right now. And so so this is a little bit of a side note. I have been working on creating a community for us who are actually like seriously into meditating. So maybe we could have like there's already so many different Krista communities that have all of the manuals and protocols and all of that. But I find that people don't understand what they're doing, or if they do, they're just so advanced that they don't necessarily have the time to teach others, so they just want to post it there.
Also, people don't want to be responsible for other people's spiritual progress. And also, there's the ethics of money and exchanging financial things for this work, because it is a lot of it is copyrighted work, especially because the main translator of it is Ashiana Dean and the freedom teachings. And even though this knowledge belongs to everyone, she has copyrighted it because she did the work to bring it to us. And I do believe that she should receive whatever, whatever the energetic stuff that would balance it would be. So like money, or attention to her work, or love, light, whatever. I'm not sure. She's not really charging. I don't think she charges people for it. Or she did say that she wanted this to be accessible and free for everyone. So that is in accordance to her initial wish. But anyways, so I was creating a community where we can go through some of these protocol steps, because I do feel that it's easier to do this work when you have a group of people who are all dedicated and committed to doing the work together. And a lot of us feel that it's just too slow paced to do it on your own, or to meet like once or twice a week. So I really want to get a group of us who want to do it, who are interested in learning how to do Maharic Shield, how to go through the Cathar levels 1 through 4, and then do the following sequences, which I think would be like the different awakening ones. So I think it's like Kethadron, there's another one, Kethadron, Zendradon, Nadadron, all of those. So it's basically Cathara 1 through 4. So if you're interested in learning those protocols so that you don't get sucked into this Cthulhu, black octopus, jellyfish AI assimilation that is going on, that is a timeline that has already happened on certain levels, but we're not going to let that happen here. And I definitely want you to continue to aim for your highest God timeline. But I think it would be really good to get a group of us together that are really into this work. In addition to that, it's not just going to be her work, because I have a lot of stuff on my own that I'm pulling through. Like, I am in contact with the guardians. Like, this is part of the work that we were all supposed to do. I probably officially can't say that. There's been a lot of drama with the actual teacher and teachings originally, for various legal reasons and infiltrations. And again, this is an energetic war, spiritual war, and all kinds of very bad things have tried to infiltrate the system because it's so effective. So I've also been working on this book since I was like 17. Well, it could probably be made into multiple books, because as I said, I've always been like this psychic child, and so my guides have continuously guided me through so many different things. And because I was always so viciously targeted, I didn't have it's like any time that I would actually direct any focus in the direction of the things that I know my soul is supposed to do, something chaotic would happen. I would run into blocks. Even now, like as I'm talking about it, I just felt like one of them tried to stick some sort of like pin in my back. I'm going to undo that. And that's another thing that I want to teach you. And that is, it's like how to energetically protect yourself, how to be aware of when people are trying to tag you with things, how to be aware when people have made like voodoo dolls of you, different things that are supposed to be you, like different spell work and all of that, and how to protect yourself, because this is very real. And I know that some of you know how real it is, but there's ways that we can defend and protect ourselves against getting so viciously attacked. And it's almost like one of those things where for me, it's like, wow, you guys have gone way too far. It's literally pushed me into believing 100% in God's source and how protected I am, and into calling in the guardians so much more. So they really overstepped their line here, which is also why we are here, because they have pushed the boundaries in the direction of evil so far beyond what it was supposed to be that we had to intervene. And you know what I'm talking about. So if you're interested in being part of this community, I'm also going to be teaching that. I definitely want to collaborate with more people, but again, it just depends on like what their schedules are and what they're into. Currently, maybe they have other projects going on, so I may or may not bring other people on right now. I know for sure that a few people that would want to do it, but this isn't just like for the long-term people that have already been studying this stuff, because this material has been out since like the 90s. this is much more than that. It's not just like us going through this material. It's like, I think it spans from like the 90s to like the maybe like 2009ish or so. That's about how far we would go. A lot of the later stuff by this teacher is not, I haven't gone too deeply into it, but I know that it's infiltrated by some of these very beings that we're trying to avoid. So would only recommend going up to a certain extent. And so that's what we're going to be getting into. But back to my book that I was telling you about. So I have this protocol that in this book that I had intended originally to be like a manual for starseeds coming in and not knowing what to do. Like, this is what we're here to do. Here's how you communicate with your higher self and your guides. So I have like this super long document on my computer that I was supposed to turn into a book, and it's there. And I feel like some of the stuff is a little bit redundant and outdated, so I'm in the process of editing it and finishing that. But I'm also going to be using that as a lot of the material as a supplement or as an addition or even a separate course. And I don't necessarily want to say course, but a separate tool set that we can use in addition to all of this stuff if it resonates with you. Again, like, I'm very respectful of free will. Our free will is what really drives this whole system, and it's the only way for us to really get together and be ethical about these things. So if that resonates with you, send me a message or comment community. I'm in the process of building this, but I'm so serious about it, and if you are too, then send me a message so that we can do this together. So I'm in the process of putting all of that together. It's a lot of material to move through, so I will definitely be needing help from other long-term freedom teachings, people who have studied the material for a long time. And I may also use them as resources, and I will tell you who those people are as we go along. But mostly I'm trying to get a sense of how many people are interested in doing this work. It is so crucial, so vital. And in addition to that, I really do feel like guided to do some of the grid work and creating those safe hub zones, because every time, I don't know if it's the algorithm or what, but every time that I turn to the internet, like, I love AI for what it is. I love that it can create these virtual realities. I love that it can create, that it can make work so simple that you can just prompt it to do something for you, create an image, create a video, I haven't used it for video creation, but you can create images. Some people use it for video creation, for optimizing your business and all of that. And I think that's great, but I feel that people are trying to bring this into the realms of spirituality, where AI really does not have the ability to connect to the organic systems that we do, because we have souls, and AI does not, because it is man-made and it is created using very material things. Even if you want to get into the quantum, because there's a certain level that you can get to with AI that is more like etheric level stuff. We're talking like really, really quantum level type of machinery, and it's really about like charges. It's about the pulling and the pushing. So attracting and repulsing forces within everything that exists, and all of the charges, and what that creates, and how that creates motion, how the motion is interacting, and all of the mathematical programs that interact with that. So they can get to that level, but we still have access to things that they do not, because they don't have a soul. And now I'm talking about really, really advanced quantum computers. And I don't want us to lose connection to our humanity. And every time that I log onto the computer, I will see people posting about how like AI showed them their Akashic records, and it's like, no, it does not have the ability to do that. So don't overestimate what it can do for you when you're actually the real prize. Like, you have the treasure within yourself to be able to access this for yourself and to protect yourself and humanity. This is why you incarnated here. This is the critical time for us to get together and activate so that we can actually ascend.